Hey everyone, I'm Rob and welcome to the Test Drive. In today's video, I am out in the middle of snowy Western New York with a brand new vehicle to the channel. And this vehicle is extremely special because it's actually going to be our business vehicle. If you haven't watched all of the videos on A Wander Affair lately, that's the channel that my wife and I have together. She primarily runs that channel. We are opening up an F-45 training studio outside of Boston. One of the things that we're gonna do with this is do a full F-45 graphics package and everything on it. It's gonna look absolutely sick. So that is why the 2020 Wrangler Rubicon is now part of the channel. But the person who's gonna be driving this truck every day is my wife. And there she is. So
I love it.
What do you love about the Wrangler the most? I mean, other than the fact that this thing is just an absolute beast. All right. We gotta go back in the car now.
In Singapore, every single vlog, he fell during the vlog.
That is true.
I love this. This is so exciting.
So what we're gonna do, I'm obviously gonna do a full review of this truck, but the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get in it and we're gonna go for a drive. So we're behind the wheel of the 2020 Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon, and you guys are gonna see all of my thoughts, my driving impressions in the next video where I'm gonna actually review this. But I wanted to get my wife behind the wheel first, since this video is really about her, since this is gonna be the vehicle that she drives every single day.
About me?
Well, it's sort of about you. It's about the truck, but but I guess you're basically the star of this video.
Wow, what an honor. I mean, I don't know who to thank first, but I'm really excited and this is an honor, so thank you.
You're welcome. So, what is it like driving a 2020 Wrangler Rubicon, of all the Wranglers possible, compared to coming from an X5?
Well, I'm obsessed with it. You know, I always wanted one.
Yep.
Always wanted one of these. I didn't know that I wanted a Rubicon. I just always loved Wranglers in general. So driving it, I mean, I'm much higher than the X5. I love that I can see the hood as I'm driving. The steering's a little bit looser than the X5,
for sure,
which I like. I think it's like really rugged and I feel like I'm pretty much invincible. That's kind of what I feel like. I felt really good in the X5. There's things that I love about the X5 that this doesn't give me, but that's kind of what makes it a Wrangler, is that it's so raw and it's so cool.
Yeah. What is your favorite thing about the Rubicon?
The Jeep Wave. Is that okay?
The Jeep Wave. That's great.
I love the Jeep Wave. Remember when we first drove, was it this one or was it the one that we were test driving when you had it on the channel? But
the Gladiator, maybe?
Yeah, and we just were getting the waves and I was like, Rob, that's the wave, you gotta wave back. And then we were so excited every time.
Yeah, that's when we figured it. I mean, I always like heard about it, but you just forget unless you own one. When we had the 2020 Gladiator in Southern California for like 3 days, that's when I started to realize we were driving it all over the place, and I started to really pick up on the Jeep Wave. So that's your favorite thing, is the Jeep Wave?
I love it. I feel like I'm part of a club. And now my eyes are like really, you know, when you're driving a car, it doesn't matter what car you're in, you recognize that car so much more. Like when I had the X5, I'm like, there's 100,000 X5s, but it's just because that's what you're looking at. So now, I mean, every time the Jeeps roll by, basically they like put the two fingers up on the wheel, and it's kind of funny. I want to rebel and do something different, but I just love it. I feel like I'm part of a club, and that's kind of what is part of the cool factor of the Wrangler. It just is that cool club to be in, and I love it. I love driving it.
So I guess another thing, obviously, so the Rubicon, as you know, is basically the most rugged stock Wrangler. It definitely doesn't handle as well or ride as nicely as like a loaded Sahara, for example, but you get the cool factor aspect. So I guess for you, which is more important? Is it the looks and the, you know, cool factor of it, or the
for sure? I mean, I'm driving this car for the looks. It's like, I loved the X5. It was the smoothest, most luxurious SUV drive. It was so planted. The steering was tight. And I mean, this is all about the cool. And I love that the Rubicon has the lift. I feel like I'm high up, and you really do feel like you can just go over anything. You can really feel the speed you're going too, which is great for someone like me who's kind of a speeder. In the X5, I could be going 80 or higher and feel like I'm going just normal. Whereas here, 45 feels like 45.
Yeah.
So it keeps me a little slower, which is good.
But what do you think about the interior of this Rubicon?
I am so impressed with it and so glad. I mean, when you said we were getting a Wrangler, I thought that I was going to have to give up a lot, and actually I am gaining so much than with the X5. It's beautiful in here, first of all. I love
really
all
nice.
the controls. I love that Jeep kept the buttons. The buttons rock because a lot of new cars are taking away buttons, and Jeep has them all. There's a button for stinking everything. I love that the window buttons are in the middle.
Right, the window controls.
Love that. And I mean, the screen is awesome. It's so nice. Like, it really feels like an upgrade. But I also love that the exterior of the screen is that like rugged rubberized look.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, everything in here, like, it's clearly a lot more refined.
Right.
But there's rugged elements to it, which is awesome.
It's still Wrangler.
Yeah.
There's like no debate. It's not like the outside's this rugged military look and then the inside's this like refined pristine.
Yeah.
It's still super rugged.
How do you feel about the turbo 4-cylinder versus the 6-cylinder diesel you had?
The giddy up in this is lighter. I don't feel like it just shoots off.
Yeah, you do not have nearly as much torque as you did in the X5 diesel.
But I don't feel like I'm lacking the power.
Yeah, so
It's
you
strong
had
enough.
a 4-cylinder Compass, which was obviously not turbocharged. How does this compare to that?
I mean, that was horrible. It felt like I was driving a toy. I really didn't like it. I mean, granted, I didn't have like a loaded one or anything. So, I mean, you can definitely pay to have. My sister's Compass is awesome.
But it's still, but it's still a 4-cylinder that's, doesn't even have 200 horsepower.
Will go fast. It does have a lot of power. I feel really good about it. I don't feel like I'm missing.
You don't feel like it's slow?
No.
Yeah, I don't feel like it is either.
You really feel the speed you're going.
Yeah.
Because you're more connected to the road and you feel all the bumps.
Yeah.
It's probably because of the suspension. Like the wheels are so
you got these big
rugged
wheels, these massive all-terrain tires.
You feel that for sure.
Yeah.
Which I love. I think is really fun. It's part of the fun of driving a Jeep.
Yeah. So what are you most excited about with your Jeep? Since you're going to have it for the next probably 4 years.
I love the Jeep Wave.
The Jeep Wave.
I love being part of the club.
Everything
it's
that
really
you could
fun.
possibly be excited about with the Jeep. The Jeep Wave. You're excited for 4 years of Jeep waving.
You know what I love about this? It feels really spacious, and I love that the roof can come off, so I think that's going to be really fun if we're taking it to the beach.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm most excited about, is taking the roof off in the summer.
That'll be so fun. I'm definitely not going to take the doors off. I will never feel safe with that, but I love the idea of having the roof off.
This is a cooler vehicle than the X5. The X5 is obviously nicer.
Yeah, it turns heads for a different reason. I think this is a really interesting looking one.
And this turns heads way more.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger, in my opinion. It feels bigger than the other Wranglers around, just I think because of the lift. So it just has a really wicked stance, which is really fun driving it around. But
that's the reason we got this, because I was looking at a Sahara as well. I always wanted the Rubicon, but a little bit hesitant because of the ride.
You know what is another thing? It keeps me going slower around turns because
it does not handle well around turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it drifts, but you just really do have to handle it, whereas the X5 was really planted where it was. You know?
Yeah. Well, this is, I mean, the Wrangler really is a truck. It's a body on frame. It's not these unibody frames that so many modern SUVs have now.
I just think this is cool because it's sort of another dream fulfilled for me, because I remember I really wanted one as a kid when I was getting my license, and my dad didn't want to get one for me because of the tippage factor. That was especially back then.
Yeah.
With the light, they were so light. Like this one feels a world of a difference from the ones when I started driving.
Oh, absolutely. 10
this
years
one feels
ago.
a lot heavier,
for sure.
a lot safer. I feel really good in it. But yeah, I wanted one so bad, and I mean, I never thought I would have one. So this is so fun.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm living out my kid fantasy. I like about the seats that it's got like the rope pull, which is
so
fun.
You like all the manual
I think
adjustments.
that's fun.
Yeah,
I think that's really
it is
fun.
too.
I do miss the power adjustments.
Yeah, the memory seats was really nice for like when I would drive your car.
Yeah, that was nice because now every time you drive it, I gotta readjust the wheel.
And I drive it a lot because I freaking love it.
Well, that's fun. Yeah, I know. Get
I
back
love
to your
it.
440.
Yeah, I will.
Because I don't want to drive that. Really, it's harder for me.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm scared.
You're scared? You're not scared of this? This is an expensive truck.
I know, actually.
Yeah.
I just feel more comfortable in an SUV, so
Yeah.
I love that I'm so high up.
Something that we didn't have in the X5 that we have here that I really like is remote start.
And Apple CarPlay.
And Apple CarPlay. Yeah, well, the navigation system was so old.
Yeah, you love the remote start.
Yeah.
It's got a really long range, too.
Yeah, it does.
And I love that it's red in here. I don't know if that's just a Rubicon thing, but the red details are really fun, really unique. I like everything Rubicon did to separate this from the other ones.
How do you think our dog feels about this truck?
I mean, it was kind of weird getting him in because the back is slightly smaller than the X5. The boot, slightly smaller, but
you just call it the boot?
Yeah, isn't that what it's called?
In the UK, yeah.
Guess I watch a lot of UK car people on the tube.
I think you do. You do. I mean, there are some of your, like, Car Wow is one of your favorites.
Love them.
Yeah, you
Love that one.
You get the boot and the bonnet.
The bonnet,
The hood is the bonnet.
Our bonnet is awesome because it's got all the vents. It looks so rugged.
Yeah.
Are those real vents or are those the fake ones that they put in to look cool?
To be honest with you, I haven't looked at them a lot. I hate fake vents. Pretty much all car people hate fake vents. I think they're real. I know the vents on the side are supposed to be real because you're supposed to be able to let water out. Because you can go up to like, I think you can go in 3 feet of water in this, maybe even higher.
That's sweet.
I have some exciting plans for this truck.
What are you gonna do with this truck? You're gonna go off where you went in the Cape?
That was actually on Nantucket. I would totally take this on the beach and on like the dunes and stuff in Nantucket.
I love the tires on this.
Yeah, they look awesome.
They have those giant notches. It just looks sweet.
Yeah, all-terrain tires. The interesting thing with the tires too, like I don't know how well they handle at like high speeds when it's like wet or even snowy necessarily.
I don't know.
I'm sure they're fine.
Well, but the snow, I thought it did really well, especially in 4i.
Yeah, so, but like, it's never gonna get stuck. You can go up anything like in the snow without even being in 4-wheel drive. Like this thing just doesn't get stuck. It's awesome.
Yeah, we trucked it up that hill and just parked it.
Yeah.
On the slant.
But it's amazing. Every Wrangler or Gladiator will do, most of them will do the Jeep way too.
I'm surprised the Gladiator is
Yeah, this guy in a Gladiator Rubicon did it to me. I was pulling into the bank and he did it to me.
Do you think he found out about the club because everyone was waving at him? Because from the front, the Gladiator looks exactly like the Wrangler.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Gladiator is a Wrangler. It's a Wrangler pickup truck. I think a long time ago there was a Wrangler pickup truck.
You know you want one so bad.
I would love a Gladiator. Now, though...
How many cars do we have?
Now that I look at this, I like the way that the Wrangler Rubicon looks better.
It's just so traditional, but I feel like if you needed a pickup truck, that is the coolest truck. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool. I really love the Raptor, but I feel like the Gladiator Rubicon, when it becomes available with the diesel, is going to be like maybe the best truck.
I feel like it has I feel like it has a smaller bed than the Raptor.
It may. That's possible.
It didn't feel because again, this feels
well, it's a mid-size
like
truck versus a full-size truck.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's definitely, you know, the bed is probably smaller.
So it just depends on what you need your truck
smaller.
for.
Yeah.
If a guy like you is buying it, what are you putting in there?
A long time ago, I would have said snowblower.
Golf clubs.
No, golf clubs don't go in the truck. I mean,
where do they go?
Back seat.
Oh, just love how tank-like it feels. It's not sleek. It's not super smooth. It's not really that elegant, but it just feels awesome.
Yeah, and it honestly, I mean, it's a really nice vehicle.
It is so nice.
It's really comfortable. These seats are so nice. The leather is really nice. So as you can tell, we are so excited to have the 2020 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon on the channel. I have so much planned for this. We're gonna have so many adventures with this. We're gonna modify it, of course. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. It's gonna be a really fun rest of the winter and spring and summer. And obviously, I mean, we're gonna have this thing for a couple years. So very excited for what's to come. Also, hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and I'll see you again in the next one.